All right, it is a big day for Kirby Smart and the Georgia Bulldogs. Spring practice starts today, and they have the #1 running back prospect in America for the 2026 class, Savon Haider. He's going to be on campus today. A truly elite running back that Georgia and Del McGee actually offered 13 months ago. Of course, Del McGee is now at Georgia State. Josh Crawford, an up-and-coming coach who's got a lot of experience coaching in the high school level in Georgia, Western Kentucky, Georgia Tech. He's now the running backs coach at Georgia. Big visit here. That's the biggest visitor that's going to be in Athens today. But this whole video is talking about other major prospects. Who's going to be in town, today, tomorrow, Thursday. That's going to be a massive day. Some of the best prospects in the country, a lot of them swarming to Athens. They're going to be there on Thursday. I had a top 60 prospect in the country tell me last night that he's going to be at Georgia for a visit on Friday. A lot of visitors on Saturday. Some top quarterback prospects going to be in town. It is really a 5-star week. And this is a time of the year where when I reach out to recruits and their parents who take visits and see these spring practices across the country, I just hear it's a little different at Georgia. I know last year specifically, there was a major target. His parents told me that, we go on a lot of spring visits to see how these programs are run, getting after it, how they practice, just the way they go about their business. And Georgia just they practice, if I could say that word correctly, they practice at just a different level. Everything is organized to a T. No minute, no second goes without something happening. They are full speed, on top of it. Everyone's locked in, and it's just a different pace. It's a different environment at Georgia. And I've heard that from prospects across the country, not just the ones that are from Georgia and kind of know the area. But Savon Haider out of Woodbury Forest, a really small private school in Virginia. He's the #6 overall prospect in the country for his class. He's the #1 running back in the 2026 class, and I'm going to try to pull up a story that I wrote about him that's on the website right now. You can read it by signing up to our free newsletter on Dawg Post. That link is right down below. It's free to sign up to the newsletter, and this story about Savon Haider is free. He told me back in January that Georgia was definitely towards the top of his list, but of course that was with Del McGee. So this is a big visit to meet Georgia's new running backs coach and see if Georgia can get some momentum here. He's 5'11", 200 pounds. He's got a nasty stiff arm. He's not a burner. He's fast, and he's agile. He's quick. He's shifty, but this is a chain mover. This is a guy who he's got some wiggle to him. He can make guys miss, but on film, that stiff arm is fantastic. He is a powerful back. He runs with authority, runs behind his pads. But again, can make guys miss. A little bit of a Sony Michel in that way. I'm not comparing him to Sony Michel, who's one of the great running backs in Georgia football history, 2-time Super Bowl champion. But Savon Haider gives you that flash, that Sony Michel flash, where he's got a nice combination of size, power, speed, and the ability to make defenders miss. So he's a big-time prospect, and he's going to be in town this weekend. Let's talk about other visitors, okay? March 14th. Is the big one. That's on Thursday. That's Julian Lewis coming to town. 5-star quarterback out of Carrollton, currently committed to Southern Cal, but I've heard for several weeks now, for sure, definitely since he reclassified to the 2025 class, that Georgia is probably the team in the best position to flip him from Southern Cal. I don't think anyone goes to Southern Cal, especially if you're a quarterback, to win a national title. It hasn't been done there in, almost 20 years? USC's last title was 2004, but if you're a quarterback under Lincoln Riley, you're going to put up numbers. You're going to, push for a Heisman Trophy and possibly be ranked, or picked #1 in the draft. So I get why he committed to them originally. But he knows the talent that's going to be surrounding him if you were to go to Georgia. He's going to be back on campus today. He's been to Athens countless times, right? So this is just another visit. #9 overall prospect, #2 quarterback in the country. The kid's elite, and he is one of the best quarterbacks in Georgia high school football history if he can have another fantastic season in just his 3rd season. Again, he's skipping a grade, so this will be his final season, and he's enrolling early. He's one of the only guys that I've covered where not only are they enrolling early, basically skipping their senior year, but he's also Yeah, he's enrolling early. So he's doing high school in 2.5 years. He's enrolling early, and he's going to campus a year early. It's crazy. But Georgia got a chance to really impress him and get some momentum in his recruitment. Eugene Hilton is a 3-star receiver from Indiana. His numbers, I got his numbers right here because you could read more about this guy as well. He's T.Y. Hilton's son, by the way. T.Y. Hilton, I felt like, played in the NFL 3-4 years ago. I think T.Y. Hilton's my age. And this kid is catching 46 passes for 836 yards and 10 touchdowns in Indiana. I feel old, and I'm young. I'm still fresh. Yeah, I'm in my mid-30s now, and so is T.Y. Hilton. And T.Y. Hilton's got a 16-year-old making plays and getting an offer from the Dawgs. He's going to be on campus in town. On campus in town on March 14th, Thursday. He's going to be with Garrett Camp, too, who is a 3-star prospect right now. He could see his ranking boost over time out of Hebron Christian in Decula, not Duluth, Decula. Right now he's the number 411 overall prospect in the country, but he's a two-way guy that Georgia offered recently. I think his ranking will improve. Tyler Atkinson's going to be in town soon. Tyler Atkinson is a dog. That is, I've been high on him for a while. I've been covering him since 7th, 8th grade. He's the hype. The hype is real. That kid was crushing Dylan Raiola and the Buford offensive line in that playoff game that sent the Wolves home. The Rams moved on because that defensive line, and Tyler Atkinson was just lived in the backfield. Long, athletic, a natural pass rusher, top 10 prospect in the country, I believe, in the 26th class. He's going to dominate as a junior. He dominated as a sophomore. If Max Preps is correct, dude had just under 200 tackles last year. He's outstanding. Big Georgia target. He's going to be in town and on campus, checking out spring practice on Thursday. So is Zion Grady. He's a 2025 guy. His numbers, listen to this. I've talked about him in several videos because he is an outside linebacker, pass rusher to know in the 25 class. He had 108 tackles, 37 tackles for loss, 22 sacks, 27 quarterback hurries, 3 forced fumbles, 2 fumble recoveries, 3 block kicks. These are video game numbers that he's putting up in South Alabama around the Mobile area. Zion Grady, former Alabama commitment. He's been to Georgia several times. He's going to be back. He's actually taking the ACT today, Tuesday, when you're watching this. He was supposed to be in Athens today. He told me, hey, got to take the ACT, got to get the grades up, right? Got to put the schoolwork in, got to do the test. I'm going to be in Athens on Thursday with Tyler Atkinson and Julian Lewis and Eugene Hilton. Big time visitor list on Thursday. Okay, moving on. March 15th, you've got some other guys. You got 4-star Darrell Johnson, Duke Johnson out of Dodge County. I don't think Georgia's landing him. I think this is Alabama, Florida State, last I checked. That's too bad because dude is an absolute baller. So last time I checked, he was supposed to be visiting Georgia March 15th. We'll see if those plans change or whatever. But there's a couple other visitors, out-of-state guys who are visiting on Friday. You can read that over on Dawg Post. And then Saturday's ridiculous. Ridiculous visitor list on Saturday. David Sanders, number 2 player in the country, number 1 offensive tackle, first round written all over him at a Providence Day Christian in North Carolina in the Charlotte area, I believe. Elite. They love that guy. He's going to be back on campus. I think that's a Georgia-Clemson battle. Josh Petty out of Roswell. Massive hands. Just big old paws, man. I saw him play last season. He was very good in the heat. Just crushing kids. He plays at Fellowship Christian. He's the number 26 overall prospect in the country. Very high on Georgia's board. He's going to be in Athens on March 16th. Dijon Lee, number 27 overall prospect in the country. One of the best cornerbacks in the country. Big deal. He likes Georgia, I think, a little bit more than people think. With a successful visit, I think Georgia could shoot up his towards his list of schools. Kid from California, remember Dante Williams, Georgia's new cornerbacks coach, came from Southern Cal. He's got some West Coast ties. Look for him to start making a little California Georgia connection in the secondary. That young man is a name to know. He'll be in town on Saturday. So will Mason Short, top 200 prospect in the country, former Alabama commitment. He's got ties to the Georgia program, plays out of Augusta. He's held a Georgia offer for a long time now. Big kid. I've got to know him really well. Everyone thought this kid was going to Georgia. Then he commits to Alabama. Now he's uncommitted. I think Georgia's the team to beat. And then Sam Turner, he's a wide receiver out of Southwest DeKalb. Lightning quick. He's a fast, speedy guy. His ranking will improve. He holds a Georgia offer, but he's got decent size. He's lean and long, but he can run. This kid can absolutely fly, and I think he's one of the fastest wide receiver prospects in the state of Georgia for the 25 class. So there's a lot more visitors throughout the month of March. I'm going to dig into that, but you can read all of this. Everything, I'm looking at my notes here, my story. That's over on Dawg Post right now. So make sure you go check that out if you want to read more on these players. Dawg Post is the place to be for all the UGA football recruiting news. Thanks for watching this video. Again, sign up to Dawg Post today. That'd be the smartest thing you ever did. If not, just sign up to the newsletter. It's free. It takes you like 5 seconds. It's great. It'll be the best thing you do all day. Thanks for watching this video. Hope to see you on the website.